My name is Brianna, and welcome to my reaction commentary channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Season 2, Episode 4 of Hannibal. Now, when we last left off, Will had his trial, which ended in a mistrial, because Hannibal killed the bailiff and the judge. And speaking of Hannibal, he's killing everybody in a 5-foot radius, so right now, anybody can catch these hands. Crawford has been going on his own little personal journey where he's learning to take accountability for some of his actions. It's growth. I'll take it. My girls Alana and Beverly have been holding it down on the Will front. Beverly has agreed to take actual investigative steps into looking into Hannibal on Will's behalf. And Alana is out here just trying to save my boy's soul. Also, I need my boys Price and Zeller to step it up. And I need Freddie and Chilton to sit down. And I think that covers everything. So before we jump into today's episode, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications, follow me on all my social media, follow my Patreon for full unedited reactions to Hannibal Season 2, and that way we can skip the chit chat and get straight into the good part.
Wrap the leader around the tippet. 4, 5, 6 times.
We're back in Will's dreamscape. Abigail, what's up, girl? Sorry about the death. I'm sorry. I forgot for a second.
Father taught you how to hunt. I'm gonna teach you how to fish.
We could have had it all. This is what we could have had. But no, Hannibal is out here playing games, taking people's ears.
What are you trying to catch?
One who caught you.
The one that got away.
He didn't really get away. He's still hanging around very close to everyone.
Everybody thinks you're lying about the one that got away.
She's not wrong.
That's why I have to catch him.
They could have been happy. They could have been a family.
Name the bait on your hook after somebody you cherish. The person you name it after cherished you, as the superstition goes, you will catch the fish.
And what did you name it?
Abigail.
I mean, Hannibal, you kind of mess with the wrong one. So far, you've killed a lot of people, and it's been okay, but, like, you killed Abigail, and you thought Will was gonna let that slide?
His name was James Gray. We found his vehicle outside the farm.
Beverly, my girl, I love you.
First to be confident, he's the muralist.
Who stitched him into the mural?
We don't know.
Great question.
He may have had a partner.
This artist worked alone until he was stitched into his own creation.
You have an idea who that might be?
Girl, guess.
Don't say Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter has no reason.
That is exactly right. He has no discernible reason other than his own amusement and curiosity.
Will knows Hannibal.
That's hard to prove.
There will be a very clever detail to find on James Gray.
I'll look for clever details, but I'm not looking for Hannibal.
Just as long as you're looking.
That's all Will is asking. Will is not asking for a lot, y'all. He's asking you to do your job. All right, sound design. Every time. Every episode, it's something. Does anybody ever die a normal death on this show?
I'll give you the same deal I gave Beverly Katz. Oh, you know what it is. You've been recording our conversations.
Absolutely, he has.
What this are you offering in exchange for my that?
So either I'm a psychopath, or I am delusional, or I'm right about Hannibal Lecter. Aren't you curious which one it is?
Will you allow me to test you?
Play into his ego.
You will be the first and last word in the mind of Will Graham.
What about Dr. Lecter?
Shouldn't you be my one and only psychiatrist, Dr. Chilton?
Ideally.
Well then, as to you...
Yes, Chilton. Actually, that is the sanest thing that Chilton has done at all ever. I would have backed up too. And I know Will didn't do anything, but I would have backed up too.
Lazarus had it good. My social circle doesn't include a friend with power over death.
Bella, my sweetie, I love you. Also, get away from Hannibal always. I tell that to everyone. I'm gonna make jokes because I'm gonna get sad.
Never should have let Jack talk me into taking chemo.
He's trying to extend your life.
He's trying to extend the quality of life that's not worth the effort. I'm vomiting my stomach lining. My best case scenario is prolonged pain management.
Jack will help you manage. He loves you, Bella.
He does, but Jack's not the issue. This is Bella's issue.
The war is over. The cancer is an occupying force. I want to surrender while I still have my dignity.
You're considering ending your life.
Suicide seems like a valid solution to my problem.
I've always found the idea of death comforting. Socrates' death was not a defeat, but a cure.
Hannibal? That seemed a little leading. I mean, I'm all for being neutral and being like your choice, blah blah. But sir, everything that Hannibal says I'm gonna take with a giant grain of salt.
Jimmy? Well, I love bees. Did you know that the drone is nature's most talented suicidal swordsman? When the drone mates with the queen, its ejaculation is so explosive, it's audible to the human ear. All right.
You know what, Bryce? I like you. And I like you more than Zeller. Because Zeller, don't think I forgot about what you said about Will in the last one. You really think he ate her ear just because the evidence says that he did?
Somebody removed the eyes and part of the brain to make room for the hive.
Zeller's out in the field, otherwise I'd ask him to help me with this.
No, Beverly, you need to ask anybody else. An intern, a secretary, a janitor, someone who has security clearance to this building that is not Hannibal Lecter.
Whoever killed him understood him.
Why would you go to the exact person that Will was like, he's the main suspect? Let me go to the main suspect and ask him, what do you think about this evidence?
He's agreed to consult with me on cases if I keep investigating the murders he's accused of.
I'm happy to hear that.
He has you, doesn't he?
Beverly, I thought I had you. I thought you were smarter than this.
I'm just relieved he's not saying the killer is you anymore.
Girl, he's still saying it. He has it tattooed on his self.
He thinks if James Gray's killer hid him in the mural, he may have hid something else.
A signature.
Only by going deep beneath the skin will you understand the nature of this killer's pathology.
Beverly, don't fall for it. It sounds good, but that's just textbook. He didn't tell you anything real or specific.
Something lawfully used in the evaluation of psychotic patients.
What will you use to induce memory loss in a patient, psychotic or otherwise?
Protein synthesis that moves memories from short-term to long-term can be interrupted.
Can I get a flash warning? Are y'all alright? Will did have that seizure in the first season. At Hannibal's house with Gideon.
I want you to draw a clock for me.
Hannibal, you were drugging him. I'm having a stroke. I'm having a seizure. Hannibal, were you drugging Will all the way back then? I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, but damn, Will... Yes, something's wrong. Hannibal turned his psychiatrist's office into a Halloween thrill-seeking adventure.
He was inducing the seizures. He was encouraging the blackouts, the lost time.
We'd only see a seizure response in a brain afflicted with photosensitive epilepsy.
Or afflicted by something just as damaging. Like encephalitis.
That would suggest a radically unorthodox form of therapy.
Okay, also, Will, you're telling this to the wrong person, because Chilton is not going to help you.
Dr. Lecter.
Chilton, don't prove me right so soon.
Will is at a delicate point in his therapy.
Will is always at a delicate point.
Did you ever use any kind of light stimulation in your treatment?
Light stimulation is a standard tool for neurotherapy.
Okay, one, BS Hannibal, but two, Chilton is not the hero of the story. He's probably about to pat Hannibal on the back.
You're suggesting it was intentional.
I have been thinking about the possibility that you may have been psychic driving Will Graham all along. We have to stick together.
Chilton, sir. Always down to clown. Getting on my nerves. Can we do something with Chilton?
Last time I did this isn't how I did this. The young man at the dispensary calls this purple kush.
Oh, Lord.
He says all his cancer patients love its deep body stone.
What?
Okay.
May I?
Did you still get drug tested?
Oh, come on.
Give me that thing.
For these two in this moment, I'm saying turn down for what? They're still my favorite couple of the show. Right now, they're the only couple of the show.
I filled out my advance directive today. I added a DNR.
Oh, you are harshing my buzz, right?
I mean, she didn't take you up to bring it down.
I know what to expect from lung cancer. I am my mother's daughter, and I watched her go through exactly what I'm going through now.
How dare you? Hannibal the show. Give me another mother parallel with cancer. How? I'm not gonna cry, because I'm a thug and I'm a G.
That all she could do was scream my name. I didn't know how to help her.
There was nothing you could do.
And there will be a time when there is nothing you can do. And I don't want you to remember me pleading with you to make the pain go away.
It's your hands. They smelled of time when you came in from the garden. I'm gonna remember you as beautiful as you are right now.
Well, good.
Oh, damn. Y'all got me. Go screw yourselves, because I don't process emotion well. Can we get back to the guy that was murdered and used his body as a beehive? Speaking of you, what's up, sir? You all right?
We know about his death?
It's possible we're dealing with a highly motivated religious individual here.
Sphenoid, behind where the eyeballs would usually be, just tiny punctures. Something long and sharp was pushed in his brain. Jack, this guy was lobotomized.
I was gonna say a lobotomy and a nucleation.
Feel that?
I can't feel anything.
Good.
A tool to lobotomize people. What is this episode? Ma'am, you didn't have to go through the eye socket. You could have went through the nostril. Not a pumpkin, and you're not carving a jack-o'-lantern.
You're not supposed to stare at the sun. It'll hurt your eyes.
Ma'am? I mean, by ma'am, I mean little girl?
Multiple holes on this guy. Over a dozen, both eye sockets.
It looks like a Michael Myers mask.
He's covered in bee stings like he got swarmed. Must be floating in apitoxin. Probably doesn't feel a thing. Welcome to...
Oh, shoot, he's still alive. My bad. I haven't been tricked like this since the movie 7.
What'd you say?
The bee stings are hiding the needle marks.
Beverly, putting two and two together that the body is hiding something. In other details, I've already forgotten a little bit because I got emotional with Bella. Also, why do y'all have Homeboy's body just like in the middle of the aisle?
Stitches are hiding stitches.
Only by going deep beneath the skin will you understand the nature of this killer's pathology.
Here's the thing, Hannibal has been very honest in almost everything that he said. He just means it in a different way that you're not supposed to know at the time.
He took his kidney. Whoever killed James Gray didn't just take his leg. Sutures hidden beneath the stitching that wove him into the mural. One crime made to look like another.
I like the copycat. And the Chesapeake Ripper.
Now you're saying Hannibal Lecter is the Chesapeake Ripper?
Girl, it is not outside of belief. A person was turned into a honeycomb in this very episode.
Dr. Lecter was a surgeon.
I know he was. I asked him to consult on James Gray's autopsy.
Yeah, Will, it's that crazy.
He pointed me to the evidence.
He pointed you to an absence of evidence. He's baiting a hook, Beverly. Stay away from Hannibal Lecter.
I'm stressed. What am I supposed to do? Beverly, girl, I love you. I want what's best for you. I need you to make better decisions.
What are you doing with his trophies?
Yeah, Will. The eggs, the breakfast, that was episode 1 from the beginning.
He's eating them.
It's always been nasty. It's always been gross. Yeah, Will, I'm sorry. You don't deserve that. Nobody deserves, like, forced cannibalism. We really need to talk about consent when it comes to this show.
Captain Pims, I'm Special Agent Jack Crawford with the FBI. This is Agent Zeller and Agent Price. We'd like to speak with you about 2 of your former patients.
Mr. Holleran is deceased, and Mr. Rowe might as well be.
That man trudged from disease to disease. People don't get their own way.
Okay, nope.
Mr. Holleran, he couldn't envision a
Price's
dignified
face.
end of life. So it's much nicer to die in a meadow, a head full of bees.
Oh, girl. I would have been making eye contact with the people in the room, too. Like, ma'am, I'm about to read you your rights.
You left him in the field to die.
I brought him to the field to die. I didn't kill him.
Girl, you drove a metal stake into his brain through his eye socket.
I saw him walk pain-free for the very first time in his life.
Girl, but he doesn't even know he was walking because you liquefied his prefrontal cortex.
Paying my debt for helping me understand that death is not a defeat, but a cure.
I don't like the wording of that.
What have you taken, Bella?
My morphine, every bit of it. I didn't want to die at home. I didn't want Jack to find me.
I love you, Bella, but also, so you forced it on someone else in someone else's office without their consent?
Someone he can only hold in his mind.
You denied him his goodbye.
Tell Jack I love him very much, Dr. Lecter.
Girl, too many people, the last thing that they've seen is Lecter's face. You don't want to be one of the people.
Goodbye, Bella.
Hannibal, what are you going to do? This kind of seems like a situation that was forced upon you, and you're not one that's good with just going with the flow. You're gonna leave it up to a coin toss? Sir, did you just have, like, Narcan on the ready?
No.
Not gonna cry again. Y'all got me once. Y'all aren't gonna get me again. Y'all think my emotions are a game.
I'm here. I'm here. I want to apologize. I couldn't honor what you asked of me.
Sir, I don't want your coin.
I'm sorry.
Not gonna lie, whoop his ass. I know that you physically can't, but hell yeah, Bella. Hit him again. Hit him for me. Jack, you hit him. Side note, Hannibal never consented to being a witness and a companion in your final moment, so I don't know that he actually owed you the respect. I don't know. This episode got a little deeper and darker than I thought it was gonna be. Also, Beverly, where are you? Because I know good and doggone well that my smart girl Beverly is not breaking into Hannibal's... She's breaking into Hannibal's house by herself. No backup.
Gotcha.
Girl, it's not that simple. It's never that simple. It's never been that simple. Beverly? Ma'am. Hi. You're gonna go further into the apartment. Also, you didn't have a warrant, so I'm not sure that what you found would be admissible anyways. What's not clicking? What's not clicking? The last time we were in a basement, it was with Tobias, and that didn't work out well for any of the cops or Will. Hannibal, what do you have down here?
Oh my God.
Ma'am, please, anything. Look at his, the way he's standing and the look in his eye. Girl, it's you or That's not enough. That wasn't enough gun. Keep shooting. Empty the clip. What was that little last shot? The little last shot through the floor. Alright, and that concludes season 2, episode 4 of Hannibal. And that episode was deep and dark and more intense than I expected, but I should have known better because the last episode was kind of lighthearted. I should have mentally prepared myself that this is not a happy time, or at least that happy times don't last very long in this universe. But let's get into it. Will, in your case, the truth is very, very ugly, but also the truth is the only thing that's going to set you free. And by free, I mean free from prison and not free from the mental and psychological, emotional, and probably physiological damage that you've encountered through your relationship with Hannibal. Will's unconscious has been talking to him through dreams for quite a few episodes now, but in this episode, Will finally gets led to the conclusion that not only is Hannibal shady and likely guilty, but also he's a cannibal. Yeah, Will, I'm sorry. It was bad enough knowing that you had Abigail's severed ear in your esophagus. Also, Will, your friends, or your work friends, whatever you want to call them, they suck. They all kind of suck. They at least, no, actually they don't suck. You know what? I take it back. I was harsh. Let me step out of my emotions and get back into the analysis. They don't suck. they're very good at their jobs. The problem might be that they're too good at their jobs. They have these blinders on and they can't see what's in front of them anymore. They're very evidence driven and they think that they're rational people. But it's not rational to have Hannibal next to you during autopsies while you're like looking into direct evidence that would incriminate him if y'all just listened to Will for 5 seconds. Beverly, my sweet girl, my babe, I love you. I love Beverly. I relate to Beverly. You know what? Shout out to the cast for the acting, especially in this episode, because it got me. But between Bella and Beverly and me, Brianna, we're just not having a good time at all. Beverly. Damn. What am I even supposed to say about Beverly or to Beverly? I keep giving her brownie points because she deserves them. But for some reason, especially in this episode, my girl was just taking L's. She just kept, or even if you don't believe Will, when he says that Hannibal is the murderer, at least look at him with a side eye. I know I would. Call me judgmental, but I'd be looking at Hannibal with a side eye. Because I'd be like, you know what? I thought Will was my friend and colleague, and now it looks like evidence-based, he's a serial murderer. Maybe the other people that I surround myself with, maybe they got dark secrets too. And you know who probably has a really dark secret? The guy who's in everybody's business for no real reason other than they were like, we need profiles on murderers. But for the most part, in this episode, they solved the entire crime without Hannibal, because Hannibal had other things to do and other things to worry about. Zeller, Price, Crawford, y'all were putting in the work when it came to this B case. B lady, I'm sorry, I forgot your name, I missed it, but B lady, lobotomies, removing people's eyes, and then the delusional thought that you're setting them free, and oh, look at him, he walked great in a meadow without pain. Ma'am, he doesn't know he's in a meadow. He can't see because you took his eyes. But that's delusion for you. And then there's Hannibal. We can talk about Hannibal because I don't want to talk about Bella and Crawford just yet. But Hannibal, this is the part of the review when I bring up the fact that I give Hannibal evil brownie points. Because he's not a good guy, but we know that he's not supposed to be. That is not his job, so I can't really judge him morally. But what I will judge are his actions. And judging his actions, as much as I love Beverly and I really hope that she's not gone because that's my girl, I'm just saying, if Hannibal has to deal with Beverly because she broke into his home and found evidence on him, it's not the craziest thing that Hannibal's ever done if we just simply never see Beverly anymore. Beverly, what were you thinking? Will literally said, don't talk to Hannibal, don't go around Hannibal. Oh my god. It's so much worse because I like all of the characters and now things are starting to heat up and it looks like people are starting to get picked off and I can't do this. The stress is too much. Bella and Jack, my OTP of the show. Y'all always get me. Y'all get me right here. And this potato-sized lump of muscle, y'all hit me right here. Every time y'all do that, and show writers, you know what you're doing. I just have a lot of emotions. I think I have more emotions than I do like actual words for Bella's situation. I'm not gonna get too deep into it because I feel like it's a philosophical conversation for another time in another space when I'm not in my emotions and also when I have more research. But I'm just gonna say, Bella, my heart, my sympathy goes out to you and your situation and Jack. And in some cases, Hannibal. I understand that Bella doesn't want Jack, her husband, to go through the horrors of death and dying. But man, that's what's happening. And while I do have a lot of belief in bodily autonomy, the lack of consent that she presents Hannibal with when she takes all her morphine ahead of time so that he doesn't even know that he's a part of her dying process until she just springs it onto him, I'm not cool with that. And what makes the entire situation even more messed up is that she's coming from a place of love. She's trying to shield Jack from the worst emotional pain that he can go through in losing his wife. But ma'am, if he's in the room with you or not, he's still going to go through the worst emotional pain that he's going to go through when you're no longer around. You can't save him from that, and you can't spare him from that. And even though the subject matter is really tough to talk about and tough to digest, I appreciate how they did it. It was very stylized and tasteful. All of this was just a mess up situation that was made even messier. Then on top of that, Hannibal actually coin flipped for her life, or the extension of her life at the very least, which is very Hannibal. You know what, Hannibal? I'm not even gonna judge you on the coin flip. I did judge you during the reaction, and I still stand by that. But right now, after the episode, I'm not gonna judge Hannibal too harshly. Hannibal was put into a situation that he didn't ask to be a part of or participate in. So now it's up to him to decide what he's going to do. And he made his decision, or at least allowed the coin to make the decision for him. But shout out Bella for slapping the hell out of Hannibal. If not for your situation with him, just for everything that he's done. Do it again, hit him again. They should have put it in slow-mo. But before I go, I just want to thank you for being here with me and watching it with me, watching me cry over another Hannibal episode because they got me again. Thank you for watching, and please, on your way out, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications, follow me on all my social media, follow my Patreon for full-length, unedited reactions to Hannibal Season 2. And that way, I can see you next time with another one. Bye, y'all.